second grade social studiers. Welcome back. It's Miss Haverstick, and today we are wrapping up our conversation on government jobs. We know that all jobs in the community take a lot of responsibility. People who work for the government, they're responsible for important things like meeting with other leaders, making big decisions that take care of the community, and representing the people. That means that they hear what citizens want and need in the community, and they make these decisions that really help to take care of everyone. Now, we as citizens have the responsibility of learning about the different candidates, people who are running for positions in the government, and then casting our vote, saying who we want to win that position, to make really big decisions, work with other leaders on a team, and represent all of us so that we stay safe. Today, let's look at who represents us in the government in Pennsylvania. Then, we're going to take a really cool field trip. Let's meet some of our government workers right here in our state, Pennsylvania. We can go on different government websites to learn about the different people who represent us in the government. Here is the Pennsylvania government. Our governor is Tom Wolf. We also have a lieutenant governor, an attorney general, an auditor general, and treasurer. These are a lot of really important government jobs, and each one of them work together on a team to make big decisions for the state of Pennsylvania. They represent us, and they all had to run for these positions to get voted in. You'll see that we also have the Senate, House of Representatives, and courts. Let's see who is on the Senate. The Pennsylvania State Senators. Oh my goodness. Look at this, second graders. There are so many different people on the Pennsylvania State Senate. Every state in the United States, all 50 United States, have senators. These senators are elected a lot of like how the president is elected. They have to campaign and they become candidates that are voted into this position. And they serve on the Senate as senators. They make really important decisions. They have big meetings to work with other leaders to talk about some of the problems in the community, how they can find solutions, and how they can take care of our whole community. Now, there's also the House of Representatives. The members of the House of Representatives, check it out. There are so many of them. These representatives also ran in a campaign to be elected for the House of Representatives. Whenever there is an election, people in our country who are 18 years old get to vote for who they want in the Senate, who they want in the House of Representatives, who they want as governor. There are so many big things that we have the responsibility of voting for. Whenever people are running for the House, for the Senate, for governor or president, it's our responsibility to learn about these candidates and cast our vote. Now, these are the people who represent everyone in Pennsylvania. But where do they represent us? Where do they work? Let me show you. Whoa! This place might look familiar. Have you ever seen the Capitol right here in Harrisburg? Did you know that this big, beautiful building is our state capitol? Inside, there are so many big and important rooms where people in the House of Representatives and in the Senate meet to have those meetings with other leaders to talk about how they can take care of our whole community. Let's go inside and check it out. We're going to learn so many fun things about our very own Capitol building. Every state in the United States has a Capitol building, and this is ours. How cool is that the Pennsylvania State Capitol is right in our city, Harrisburg? This room is called the Rotunda. It's the big, beautiful entrance area when you walk into the Capitol. Isn't it gorgeous? This is a spot where President Theodore Roosevelt stood. Wow, we're going to learn a lot of fun facts just like that. Theodore Roosevelt was a president that we had many, many years ago, and he went through the election process just like all presidents do. Let's go to the House of Representatives. This is the room of the House of Representatives. Look at all of those seats. Remember when we saw all of those people for the Pennsylvania House of Representatives? This is where they will meet to talk about really important decisions that they need to make. They use teamwork to talk with one another and other leaders to make very important decisions. What can we learn about this room? This says the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House is chosen by other members of the House and is in charge of speaking on behalf of the people. That's a really important responsibility of working in the government. The Speaker's duties include presiding over sessions, assigning and passing bills, passing joint resolutions, and maintain order on the House floor. Wow, that's one of the responsibilities of someone who works in the House of Representatives. They could be the Speaker of the House, helping to guide those decisions. Let's move to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is people who talk about decisions that happen with different laws that we have. We learned about laws when we talked about rules. Laws are rules that we have for the whole state, the whole country, that everyone has to follow. Rules are statements that tell us what we can and cannot do. And so the Supreme Court helps to make decisions about these laws and handles instances when people break the law. Here is where the Supreme Court meets. This is a really beautiful painting in here. It's called Divine Law by Violet. We've seen the House of Representatives. We've seen where the Supreme Court meets. Now let's look at the Senate. This is called the Senate chamber. Just like the House of Representatives has a place where they meet to talk and make really important decisions, so does the Senate. This is one of our tour guides. She's showing us around. Wow, the Capitol building is so beautiful. This furniture. The Senate's desks were constructed from mahogany and date to 1906, and the grand opening of the Capitol. So these desks are really old. The chamber walls. This is the Senate chamber. The chamber's walls are made from a rare marble called Connemara, imported all the way from Ireland. Wow. This is the Senate chamber, where all of those senators meet. Here is the Senate library. Let's look around. The records of the library. The oldest record that this tour guide found was from 1808. 1808. That was a long time ago. This is where the senators can learn a lot about history so that they can make really good decisions for our whole state and our whole country. Now we can see the lieutenant governor's office. This is where he works. Just like the principal, Miss Eckenroth in our school has her principal's office, the lieutenant governor has an office too. He can meet with really important people in here, make big decisions that help to take care of our whole community. Now let's go to the outside where we will end our tour. Here we can see State Street of Harrisburg City. We are right here on the Capitol building with everyone else on our tour. So cool. This is the Lieutenant Governor's balcony. That's the end of our tour. Wow! Second graders, it was so cool to get to visit our very own state capitol right here in our city, Harrisburg. We know that there are so many important government jobs. In the government, people are so responsible for taking care of our whole community. They make decisions that help to keep our community safe. And we have the responsibility of electing the people in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, the governor, and even the President of the United States. When these people who work for the government have really important meetings, work as a team with other leaders to make decisions and represent us so that we stay safe, they are being so responsible. Second grade social studiers, I had a blast learning about the government and government jobs with you this week. We know that it's so important to use our responsibility of learning about who we want to vote for and casting our vote. That's how we get to be responsible. And if we have a job as someone who works for the government, it's up to us to help take care of ourselves and everyone in the whole community so that we're safe and so that really important things get done. I hope you had so much fun learning with me, and I can't wait to see you again.